What's going on, everyone? So if you recall from the previous video, we did a comparison between the Evo 2 Pro and the Evo 2 before unboxing the Evo 2. Today we're going to go ahead and unbox that Evo 2 Pro. We'll do a quick recap on the specs and you'll see what's inside, and then later on we'll do a comparison between the two different drones there. So yeah, let's do this. Alright, so the Evo 2 Pro has a 1-inch sensor. It shoots up to 6K video footage at 30 frames per second. It does 20 megapixel images though. Now the Evo 2 regular shoots up to 8K video footage, 4K at 60, 8K, 6K up to 30, but up to 48 megapixels image quality. Now the Evo 2 Pro has a 1-inch sensor, so it's a larger sensor than the Evo 2, but lower megapixel images. Now on their Autel's website, they do state that it has an 8,000 by 4,000 image pixel ratio for the Evo 2 Pro, but it still only rates it at 20 megapixels, so something's a little off there. We'll have to do a little test later on. Again, full 12 visual sensors to keep it from colliding with anything, up to 9-kilometer video transmission, up to 45 miles per hour, can withstand up to 39 miles per hour winds, and has a 40-minute battery life. These things are beasts, at least from the specs. So let's go ahead and open this puppy up now. Alright, so here we go. So now I haven't been able to find anything regarding the dynamic range of these sensors, but the Evo 2 Pro uses the Sony IM383 sensor, which is actually, I believe, the same sensor they had in one of their previous RX100 point-and-shoot cameras. A lot of people love that sensor, but this time the sensor's been upgraded by software and whatnot, and so that's what allows it to shoot 6K Ultra HD. Now, let's go ahead and open this puppy up. I still think it's interesting that the larger sensor shoots lower resolution than the smaller sensor Evo 2. Now the Evo 2 is of course slightly heavier because it is a larger sensor, but one thing really interesting about the Evo 2 series is that the cameras are hot swappable, so you could actually take this camera and mount it to the Evo 2, supposedly. I haven't read too much about it, but I did see that that is a possibility. So you can actually swap if, for whatever reason, you wanted to put this camera on the regular Evo 2 body, which pretty much just seems almost exactly the same. You can do that. So if you have an Evo 2 body, you could actually just purchase this camera and upgrade it. Alright, so we've got the drone here. It looks exactly the same body type, just different camera as the Evo 2. Should be the same battery, 7100 milliamp. Yep, 7100 milliamp. Again, I really like the fact that they put the battery in the back instead of having it up here like the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. It makes it a lot safer to fly, because if there's any battery issues with it overheating or whatnot, there's less risk of it expanding so much that it would pop out. It's just not going to do that. At least it shouldn't. Alright, and the controller should be in here. Should be exactly the same. Yep, exactly the same as the Evo 2. Smart controller, so it does have the display for the Evo 2. It has the handles there, which are nice. I actually really like this design. It makes it a lot easier to fly. And the antennas that fold up, controls there are the same, and then as well as the holder for your smartphone. So this will hold a smartphone, it will not hold a tablet. So I'm sure you'd have to get some type of adapter in order to get it a tablet to mount to it. Now, one thing I did not point out in the previous video The cords for the controller to charge the controller as well as plug your phone into the controller are in the bottom here. So in here you will find the instruction manual, a microfiber cloth, the charging cable for the controller, which is micro USB, so that's going to charge into the bottom, plug into the bottom of the controller, as well as you have just two backup replacement propellers, as well as two cords, which is USB-C and micro USB to plug into your phone. So if you do have an iPhone, you will have to get a lightning adapter for this, which is micro USB to lightning, because it does not include it in the box. And that's the same for the Evo 2 as well. So another reason just to jump on Android. Then over here we have the charging adapter for the drone, which is here. So you have your regular power charging, your USB will go plug into there for your controller, and then this will plug into here, of course, and that'll plug into the battery. Now, as far as weight size between this and the Evo 2, there is, I believe, about a ½ pound difference between the two. The Evo 2 weighs around 39 ounces. Evo 2 Pro is right around 43, 45. So there's about a ½ pound difference. And you can definitely tell the difference. It might even be a little bit more than that, because this feels substantially heavier. But the camera is also much larger. So you can see there, we'll take this off. So you can see there, the size of that camera is quite a bit different. It's much more bulkier, much more solid. This particular camera has a low f-stop of 2.8, whereas the Evo 2 is a 1.8 f-stop. Still a lovely unit, and I cannot wait to fly this thing. So that is the unboxing of the Evo 2 Pro. Again, I cannot wait to get these guys in the air. I am so excited to really test these out. Like I said, I've been a huge fan of DJI for a long time, and this is a great competitor for DJI with the Mavic 2 series. I mean, these guys are able to do more than what even the Inspire is able to do, aside from interchangeable lenses. Not only can they shoot between the Evo 2 and Evo 2 Pro between 20 and 48 megapixels, but they also both have included zoom, lossless zoom, between 3 to 4 times, which is amazing. So there is a huge amount of value in these drones. Now, from the specs, these guys are beasts, but the real world is what's going to tell them what they're made of. So I'm going to do the final test to test between the Evo 2, the Evo 2 Pro, and we'll throw the Mavic 2 Pro in there and compare the footage and see how this all looks, and see if Autel Robotics is really a competitor for DJI. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make a comment. Please let me know if you've used any of the Autel Robotics products. And then as well, if you have any drone questions, I'm all ears. I love flying drones. I am a licensed drone pilot and have been doing so for about 5 or 6 years now. So it is a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to get these guys in the air. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. Please subscribe, make a comment, and until next time, we'll catch you all later.